The video game industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, but in recent years the industry has come under a bit of scrutiny from groups claiming that the violence in video games are what is to blame for the violence in society, especially when it comes to schools and younger children. Sort of like GameStop sell a multitude of games every year, but there is a system in place which prevents children from buying games which aren't appropriate for them. The ESRB rating on the cover of video games shows a suggested age based on subject matter, and stores are encouraged to follow the guidelines when selling to younger patrons. The ratings range from E for everyone, T for teen, and M for mature. A nationwide survey by the FTC showed that 80% of individuals under the age of 17 were turned away when trying to purchase or rent M-rated video games. Journalism professor and creator of the website ReviewFix.com, Patrick Hickey, sat down to speak about whether video games are to blame for violence in society.
People are encouraged by their stimuli, by the things that are around them, but intelligent people, I feel, are not controlled by those things. So, I mean, I could play Grand Theft Auto for 4 or 5 hours and not feel the need to rob a car. Or, for instance, my game of choice when I was in graduate school and my first year of teaching, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, you're basically running around pillaging a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I never felt the urge to go outside and find raiders to beat with a sledgehammer. It just never crossed my mind.
It's true that video games can be violent, but does that mean that the entire industry is to blame for the violence in society? And if not games, then who is to blame?
Most of the people that are complaining about video games right now don't play them. So, it's kind of funny. The people that make decisions about a lot of things that matter in our lives aren't really affected by those things. So for a senator or a congressman or a governor or a president to go, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that, kids shouldn't play video games, it's really not their choice. I have nephews, I have nieces, they play video games, probably more than they should. Their parents aren't very happy with me about that. But I make sure that, like, my 6-year-old doesn't play Grand Theft Auto. He doesn't play Dead Island. He doesn't play God of War. You know? Plays Kirby. Plays Mario and stuff. There's ratings on games for a reason. And in GameStop, I've seen them not sell games to people based on their age.
There are benefits to playing video games. They teach critical thinking, problem solving, and hand-eye coordination, just to name a few. Just like any entertainment medium, it falls on the adult to decide what is appropriate for their children. And with the rating system in place, it is easy for an adult to determine which games are appropriate for their child's age.
I think video games teach poise. I remember countless times growing up playing games like Contra with my father and knowing that I would get screamed at if I died in the middle of like a huge boss battle, and I would have, you know, pits in my stomach, just like, oh my god, I can't die, and I'm shooting with the spray gun and stuff, and it teaches you how to kind of like behave under pressure.
Io so perché